Well, hello everybody. We are here in the potting shed corner again, and it's really getting quite late into May now, so things are really starting to come alive. For those of you who've been following along, let me show you a few things in here. You see, we really have some good size French marigolds. They're going to go out tomorrow. We've got some soaker hose into the bed. It's really important when you're potting out from inside to outside right now to kind of harden off a little bit. That just means put them out for a day in the sunshine so they get accustomed to the heat and to the cool, because even in here it's kind of a little greenhouse potting area we have, so they're really kind of used to being in this kind of really controlled microclimate. So we actually been opening the windows, let some ventilation through, but that's not the purpose of today. What we were going to talk about today is something really interesting. So this is Dahlia. Say hello to our Dahlia. Hello, Dahlia. And Dahlias, as you know, grow on tubers. And that's tuber, T-U-B-E-R, not tuber, T-U-B-A, which goes brr, 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 brr. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about the tuber, rather than the tuber. But what we're looking at right here is, you can see this little tuber has set off a whole bunch of stems, and we could just pop this out in the garden right now and we get a nice big dahlia going on. But what we're going to do, we're actually going to cut this and take clones. We're actually going to create cuttings. So we will, for this one tuber that we bought it actually on sale, buy one get one free. So we actually got two tubers, and we're going to create a whole bunch of identical plants for the garden. So we're actually going to take all these side shoots off, and the way we're going to do that, we're going to take a nice clean. So always clean your cutting implements when you're using with Dahlias. You want to make sure you've got a nice clean edge. And this is a pair of secateurs. These, let me show you right there. You see they snip together, they don't crush. That's a cutting blade we've got on there. And what we're going to do, we want to have at least 2 sets of leaves on the top. So that's 1 set, 2 set. There's actually a very small set of third ones down there that started to die off. And we're going to snip it. You can see right there, just above the earth line, and that's important because we're going to snip it right there. We're not going to cut it below. Do a nice clean cut, and what we're going to do, we're going to pop that straight away into some perlite. And this is going to develop some growth for stalks, for roots on that stalk. I'm just going to take it right here. You see that's just full of perlite, nothing else. I'm going to pop it straight in there, okay? And then we're going to water that really, really well. So we've got a little watering can here. He's going to water that really, really well. Douse it till it flows out the bottom, and we're going to watch that in there for a couple of weeks. Now remember, perlite that we have here, this is just a conditioner. The reason we're using this right now is because it allows those roots to grow really fine roots. So what we'll see in a couple of weeks is we'll take that out, and rather than being dull on the bottom, we're actually going to end up with a whole bunch of little roots on the bottom. One thing you do want to do that I didn't do on this one is, we're going to do it now, just clear off these bottom set of baby leaves that we're on it to start off with. With Dahlias, you don't need to use a rooting compound, so you can see right there, that's going to give us some nice roots to develop right in there, okay? A nice, good size stem on the bottom, and we're going to do that 3 times with this plant. So we've got that one, we're going to take this one here and do the same. So again, remember, cutting it just above the soil level. We don't want to dig into the tuber. Okay, so we've cut that one too. We're going to clear off these little set of baby roots, the baby leaves, for where our roots are going to go, and that still leaves us 2 sets of leaves. That 2 sets of leaves is really important, okay, because that's going to give us the right distance, and give enough light onto those leaves to create some photosynthesis, which is the sun's rays onto the leaves, forcing it down to take up the water that's going to be on that perlite right there. Okay, so we're going to keep it nice and moist, and we're just going to let it go. We're actually, the reason I like to use these is because there are little holes in the bottom, you can see those. So we dump the perlite in, we're going to stand it in a container so it can just soak up and keep that root nice, that where those roots are going to develop in the next couple of weeks, really moist. Okay, nice moist roots, that is the key to all of this. And we'll end up with some beautiful, beautiful dahlias. In fact, we're going to do this, we've got 5 different varieties going on down here. So you can see, just to give you a little idea, we've got them on the heat mat down there. So we're going to end up with Mystery Day, we're going to end up with Kelvin Floodlight, and the one we just did was Purple Gem. So we're going to end up with, after we've done this propagation exercise, we'll end up with approximately 40 or 50 dahlias from those 5 tubers we planted. So good job, not a bad deal for less than $20. So if you wanted to go out and buy 5 dahlias right now, you probably pay $9.99 a piece for them. So a great way to save some money. Okay, well, toodaloo, I'm off to go get a cup of tea.